Guys, it's Reborn for a run with KaTHSC AP today. So we're going to be running all the way through, as you can see here, to Catacombs of KaTHSC. That's what KaTHSC AP basically is with assassins. And we're going to run as a team. So I'm just going to go ahead and go. We're doing it with legit. My light just cut off. Let me plug my thing in. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the route. That way, any of you guys that are planning to run are able to understand, hey, this is where we're going to be going. So the build I'm running is just one of the Pacific builds. You can do more than one. I'm actually running AP right now, having fallback. Not everybody in the party needs that, but it's nice to have. So, alright, so all we're going to be doing is running all the way to the dungeon. This is usually a team play. It's nice to have a group of 7 or 8 assassins when you're running. That way, if more than one, just in case if you get stuck or die to run there. But also at the end boss in level 2, you're able to kill the dungeon boss a lot easier to get the chest. Right now, KaTHSC hammers are 5 to 6 ectos each, which are used to get the survivor title. I think you need 179 of them. If it's not 179, it's close to that. And they're pretty expensive. It's a nice little quick, easy profit. One run usually takes no more than 15 to 18 minutes, depending on, hey, if everybody makes it or not the first time. A cupcake, I wouldn't recommend that. You don't have to have one, but I would recommend one. It's just nice to have that extra speed boost outside of just your dash or dark escape, depending on the build you use. So we're going to be soon closing in on our first portal. So we're already almost halfway to the dungeon. We're going to have to make it down here to the star of this chest. It's in gold. Done it hundreds of times. Usually the tank, there's a tank, ranger, assassin. This is more of a guide for just KaTHSC in general. So you can understand, hey, this is the outlook on what KaTHSC looks like as a dungeon as we run through, as well as, hey, this is how the speed clear is. So if you were to have an assassin or a ranger, or even another profession such as a warrior or mesmer, elementist, you could go as any profession. It's just harder to make it to the end because you need to perma shadow form for some areas. But you're able to come in with any profession to do this. Just assassin has always been the most beneficial, since it's called AP assassin for assassin paragon. That way you can go spear way. Use your spirit, require 9. I just won't use a wintergreen spear, but a require 9 spear is what you want. I'll be sure to put in description the build I have as well as the actual armor and build and weapon set that you're going to need, as well as the runes for your armor. It's just like any other normal assassin build, but a lot of people don't know, so it's nice to, hey, at least see what you need if you haven't seen my other videos. So we're already almost there. You literally have a straight route. Once you make it once, you're able to make it pretty much every time because you won't have that blurry moment. This is usually blurry if you haven't activated it the first time. So it's nice to be activated. So now that it's activated for me from running here before, you can already see your way there. That way all you gotta do is press U for your mission map and you're able to see all the way down where you need to run. Alright, we are almost there. Try to use shadow form here. If not, gotta be careful. You can get wiped here. This is why I mentioned earlier that it's nice to have more than one assassin running just in case you do mess up. Looks like we're almost there. We're gonna make it. As long as I don't do anything stupid here. Shadow form does not last 100% without the celerity backup. So you do lose shadow form for a few seconds. As you can see, I just lost it. And we're almost to the dungeon, level 1. There's no quest you need out here. You just make it straight into the portal of Catacombs of KaTHSC, level 1. Here we go. If you want, you can get the beacon. Otherwise, you can just run. I'm going to go ahead and pop a celerity just because it's nice. It's easier to run. We have a few lowers, slow loaders, so maybe somebody else didn't want to pop the pecan consumable of the celerity without everybody else. So now that we're here, all we're doing in this dungeon is pretty much running to get the dungeon key to get to level 2. So we're literally just going to be running, following the route that I'm showing you. You really don't even have to know the route. You can literally just follow your mission map, just like you see me have it open over here. You're running as a team, literally. You're just running together, making it all the way through. You don't even really need to know where you're going. As long as you have your route open and you just stay going forward, don't sidetrack backwards, you'll be fine. A lot of people also run Death's Retreat as a side just because you can jump forward when you're in the midst of running. It's nice to have Death's Retreat, that way you can heal yourself or party members around you. I'm not running it like that. I'm just running Death Charge because usually if there's some areas where you might need to be the one to Death Charge down and nobody else has it. For example, right here. This is where you're going to be able to Death Charge down into the worm. So go ahead and just use your Vanguard Assassin here and maintain Shadow Form. Make sure you maintain it without losing it. Otherwise, you're going to die here. So I'm going to DC down now that it recharged. Crap. I got knocked down. I am unstoppable and DC down. Now go ahead and use a spear to kill him. Just don't lose your shadow form and you should be fine. We only have a few assassins right now trying to kill him. That's why it takes so long. So it's a nice little gimmick. I died, obviously going into the flame. Let's see if anybody's got a scroll. So once you kill this worm, I don't think anybody's going to scroll me. Hurry before I die. Let's not die again. So let me type thank you to them. Alright, now that we're through here, we got the dungeon. We already had somebody that usually would run once the dungeon's there. And basically what you're missing here for them run, you just need to hoss up here by using the death charge so you don't get stuck. But we already have somebody that normally runs while we're killing that worm to get the dungeon key to get to level 2. So now that we have the dungeon key killed from that worm back there, we're going to go straight to level 2. The dungeon key is received. So level 1 only takes about 3 to 4 minutes, depending on your time it takes to kill the worm. We only had 2 or 3 people really killing the worm with our Ebon Vanguard Assassin as well as a spear with a Great Dwarf weapon. So it takes a little longer. But if you imagine having 7 of us using Assassin support all at once, it's a lot easier to kill within 10 to 15 seconds instead of about half a minute. So now that we are running through, you pretty much can see the route that I'm going the whole time. Don't worry if you've never done this before and you're trying to learn, you literally can just follow somebody else in front of you to make it where you need to go. This is a team effort, speed clear dungeon, skip way, pretty much. So there's no need for you to understand, hey, where am I going to go? You can do the run as you go with the team. So I didn't get to show you the full route, but it was literally about an extra 20 steps to see the rest of that route. So everybody's in, then we can pop our celerity and we can get in to the next area where we're going to run as a group again. Make sure I usually pop a cupcake just because it's nice to have. It's nice to have that 50% speed boost when you use fallback or dash. And whenever you don't have a stance, you still got some speed to break aggro because this is hard mode. You need to have some speed boost. Now that you're here, all we're doing is following the route once again, running as a team, and we're going to run to the end of this. I use a Vanguard Assassin there just to pretty much interrupt the Fire Imp, and in case he tries to attack one of us, it's a distraction. So notice that how everybody's kind of scattered out. That's because of some people have a faster potential than others, and usually in KaTHSC Clear you might realize, hey, well, nobody's waiting on me, I'm behind. It's really competitive, especially if you do this on a daily basis. Some players farm this a lot, so they don't worry about, running as a team. As long as you can make it to the end as at least one or two players, the rest of the party will res at the end once the boss is dead. But it's best to make sure everybody's together. All right, now we need to kill the Region of Flame. So use Great Dwarf Weapon on somebody around you, and make sure you have a spear on, and attack Great Dwarf Weapon within range of the Vanguard that you see here. The battle standard of honor to kill your Regent of Flame, maintaining shadow form. Once you kill the Regent of Flame, we're able to get the dungeon key, which is our objective for right now. We need to kill him. We only have a few of us alive, so we've got to stay alive in order to kill him. Normally you'd have 6 to 7 assassins here. There's their key, so we can move forward. But normally you'd have 6 to 7 assassins, so he would have died within a few seconds. But being only a few of us, it took a little longer, which is, it's okay. As long as at least one of us makes it, we'll be alright. Alright, so we are a few minutes in, and we're going to go ahead and take this dungeon key to our destination. So it's a little tricky understanding where to go, but if you look on the mission map here, as we're running, you can see that it's pretty much hugging the alignment wall. As you see, we're literally just this alignment wall all the way down. We're following this wall. So if you don't know where you're going, use I am unstoppable here, by the way. Whenever you see the worm spawn, you need I am unstoppable, otherwise you'll die. I got stuck. Am I still stuck? Nope. Alright, anyway, you follow this wall all the way there. So if I die, I'm sorry, I'll just follow somebody else at this point. They're a little bit ahead of us. It's okay. But notice I have a shield on that. Gives me a little extra boost. Got an energy boost real quick using the staff and go back to the spear shield. Alright, but yep, as you see, we're almost to the portal right up here ahead for our final level right here. Alright, now this is the level everybody has to run in order to get to the chest. So level 2, that's why you see a few stagglers that are lazy this run, because we did verify that it was a leech run. But in general, you can understand what you're doing. Now we're going to go ahead and wait on the tank at level 3. This is the final level. So just maintain shadow form, don't aggro, hug this gate, waiting on the tank. This guide is to show you cast speed clear as an AP, just a baseline on dungeon speed clear, showing you the routes with each mission map for level 1, 2, and 3, as well as the basics for what you're expected as an assassin. Following the group, killing the bosses to get the dungeon keys, as well as getting to level 3, which is where the final boss is. So we have a ranger assassin tank here. The ranger assassins do best for damage using whirling, so we wait on the ranger to go ahead and tank and kill the room. This is level 3 is the easiest level to run to, the boss. So usually you can make it as long as you maintain shroud and shadow form the whole time. You will not have an issue with making it, as long as you don't get stuck. So all we're going to do here is wait on the tank for about a 2 or 3 minute time frame. We're waiting on him to kill these enemies, that way we can kill the boss. Depending on the tactics of the run, some runs you will do excuse me. Some runs you will do where you will have the tank go to the left like he's doing, and then we would go to the right and kill the boss. One of the necros would pull the boss back. Usually the AN assassin necro would pull the boss back and we would kill him. After these are dead, we're going to pull them and kill them, it looks like. Unless they might be pulling to the right, then we can go to the left. So the run really depends on the tank here. As an assassin, you're really going to just tag along with the team to figure out where you're going to go. So the tank decided to go on the middle right side, so we can hug the left wall to go in to kill the boss. The boss is the one that drops the key for us to move forward. So we shall see how it goes. You see the boss is back here. He's somewhere back here. We need to find him. But they go pull him in. You'll see soon. So he goes way in to pull the boss. This is where you have to maintain shadow form. If you don't maintain shadow form, you will not survive because he uses a really damaging skill. So go ahead and just kill him and make sure you use your GDW, Great Dwarf Weapon, on somebody around you and use a spear and stand within your battle standard of honor, and it should be a piece of cake for you to kill the Degen boss. Only takes a few seconds to kill with everybody attacking. Maintain shadow form, otherwise he will use a skill that will hurt. Easy peasy. Oh, I got a scroll. So that's a nice little 600G profit there. Pay for the pecans this run. You also can get eternal blades, not eternal blades, eternal emerald edges. And I mean emerald blade here, which I think at this current point standard, I think a cheap one is like 50 ectos up to 250, 300 ectos for a Q9 right now. Just the skin is around 50 ectos, so. Now that we're here, this is where I said it was the easiest route. Literally, it's that easy to just run. Notice we have left somebody behind that was dead, which is okay. Because once we kill the boss at the end, we will pretty much res right next to the shrine of the chest. So anybody that does get left behind or you die, just like that one died, I don't want to use a scroll because it's not really worth using scrolls here. You can just pretty much res everybody right near the boss of the chest once the boss is dead. We are literally about to be there in a few seconds. Well, not seconds, but about 20 seconds. This is where I recommend having a Death's Retreat. That way you're able to use Death's Retreat on beacons down here, but otherwise you can just run around. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So now we're at the final area. So we're looking at 4 minutes in, so around 3 to 4 minutes per level, and then like 6 to 7 minutes on the final level. There's a few locked chests if you're a chest hunter as well throughout this run, so it's nice to get that extra title as well as doing the dungeon. So I see there's a chest right here. I'm going to go ahead and grab. Got to be quick, otherwise I'll get stuck and my inventory is full. Well, I'm SLL there. Let me get that. Okay. So now we're at the final boss. Make sure you don't die and we're in safe. So for here, you see you have this big fireball. This will kill you in a second. All your health will die. So make sure you do not use your skills on the left or right side. Notice we're standing in the middle as we kill it. And we're standing within battle standard of honor to kill him. So all you do is use a spear, maintain shadow form, and use a spear on him. Use your dwarf weapon every 10 seconds on one of your allies if you look in your party that does not have it. And just keep attacking him. Use your Vanguard Assassin as soon as possible when it respawns. That way you can kill him in a fast manner. See how I use Savannah Heat? The reason he used that is because somebody didn't have shadow form. So that's the reason you maintain shadow form. And he's done. So right at 6 minutes, as I stated earlier, use fallback so you don't die from the fire. Don't get hit by the fiery ball. And we should be okay to make it. And that's the run. Thanks for watching. This is Reborn from Legit. If y'all have any questions, just let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to put the build required for this and everything else. Thanks.